What's up, nerds and geeks? My name's OMGWTF, LWF BRB. Sorry for the unenthusiastic intro here. A little late, a little bit of a late upload. My apologies on that as well. Been a busy day. I didn't know my entire family was going to be over, so this has really gone kind of the first chance I've gotten to record Sunday Night Heat. But either way, we are going to get it uploaded before Sunday is over, so that is a plus. Either way, let's just jump right in to this. We had a couple locker room incidents. X-Pac following in the footsteps of Rob Van Dam on showing up so high that he had to be sent home on soft drugs. Once again, I find him, but these things keep happening. Okay, whatever, I guess I'll just erase it later. These things keep happening with similar people, like, say, RVD or X-Pac show up like that again. I'm going to have to take action. I cannot just keep doing that. I may be pretty lenient on the Mary Jane, but you can't be showing up to the show high, even if I don't plan on using you. It's just, it's not how it rolls. Either way, Vince McMahon, us, going along, passing psychology to Shane and Steph, so thank you, I guess. And The Undertaker passing along, selling to Mark Jindrak. So that does it for the locker room incidents there. We can go ahead and start the show as we get into our opening segment that gets us a solid D rating here with a 41. By the way, still in Canada. I want to point that out. I am keeping to that. Sunday Night Heat opens, and the Right to Censor shows up. And the Right to Censor, we haven't seen in a while, but they're already in the ring. Well, their music is playing, that annoying alarm music. But either way, Steven Richards, he doesn't even have a microphone. He has a megaphone in the ring, and he's saying, quiet, 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 a la Chris Jericho. Sorry, I couldn't resist myself. And then he says, I require complete silence when I talk. Fine then. Since you Canadians have no respect, I'll just talk over you. There's a war going on, people, and no, it's not between the WWF and WCW. Our message has been clear since the beginning. We just want to make the WWF safe for the kids to watch. But I was a fool. We were fools to think you anarchist would allow that. And now it has come to my attention that when you want to get what you want, you need to bend the rules a little bit. So if you people want to accept a safer, more tamer show, then I'm going to make you accept it by shoving it down your throats week after week after week until you just recognize it as the norm. And we're starting with Sunday Night Heat, right here on MTV. And first thing we're going to censor is Michael Cole's commentary. Get out of here, Cole. No one likes you. Besides, we need to make room for Sunday Night Heat's newest commentator. Yours truly, Steven Richards. That's right, Cornette, Taz, move over. I'm joining the commentary table. And before he joined, he goes over to the commentary table, all that jazz, and then he grabs the mic again and he says, in our first match of the night, it'll feature Val Venus and the good father of the Right to Censors taking on Too Cool of Tag Team. So, I don't know. He goes on. I couldn't write it all, and I'm just kind of coming up with this all off the top of my head right now. But either way, I'd imagine him saying something like, pretty much saying how Too Cool represents some sort of rule-breaking, shenanigans. I don't know. You know how the Right to Censor works. Either way, the crowd was not really too enthused with this. But then again, you know what? It's the Right to Censor. Why would they not be enthused? It's like, oh, great, here's the Right to Censor. But then you got Too Cool coming out for the opening match. Ivory's improving in acting, so that's a plus. Too Cool opens the match, so they're like, cool, we have Too Cool here. So then we go to a 49 D-plus rating here, and about that had Sub Pro Wrestling and Little Heat. The Right to Censor does indeed go over the Good Father, Too Cool in 7 minutes 47 seconds, when the Good Father defeats Grandmaster Sexay, by the way, in his return match, with by submission, with an STF, after a distraction from Steven Richards, We can go ahead and just change it. I don't care if it gets a bad rating, to be completely honest. It went really well, or pretty well. So Grandmaster Sexay is now a face. That's good. Scott A with a 50. Grandmaster Sexay with a 57. Val with a 57 as well, and the Good Father with a 52. So Grandmaster hanging in there. And Grandmaster's also improving in performance. Look at you, first match back, and you're making the most of it. And as you can see, Steven Richards is on commentary for the rest of this show, guys. So let's see how he does. It's no negative so far. We then go on to our This Week in the WWF, which is just pretty much recapping the big angle that happened this week. Had to take a drink. Where Shane and Vince agreed to go to War Games, where if WCW wins, they get the Royal Rumble, or get to be in the Royal Rumble. If the WWF wins, WCW is done for good. Gonzo, we're out of here. Also going over, Shane talking about upping the game pretty much by putting all the titles on the line, with each champion taking on a representative from the opposing company, pretty much. And whoever, if WCW loses, those are titles retired too, pretty much telling Vince, you want to take a gamble? Let's gamble here, buddy. And we'll have to hear Vince's response on Monday Night Raw, of course, about that. And of course, revealing the the team captains for both teams, The Undertaker and Ric Flair, along with the first two members of the Giant and Kane, which they went to battle on Nitro this week, which didn't go too well for Team WWF. Either way, look at that. Steven Richards was pretty weak at the announce table. I'd imagine him talking about this. I didn't even think about that. Like, oh yeah, that's great. While you guys are talking about this idiotic war going on between companies, there's a greater war going on just being Steven Richards, It's still got a 91A, so couldn't be that bad. We then go to a 39D-, which, I'll be honest, I did not expect this to get a 39D-. This did a lot better than I expected it to. We then go on to an abysmal match of Ivory going over Tracy Brooks, who obviously, with her big babushkas here, her big Brooks, I guess? I don't know. Obviously, she breaks the rules in the Right to Censor book, so Ivory's going to have to teach her a lesson. And at one point, it looks like Tracy's getting the upper hand, this, young upstart here. But Ivory gets a little help from Steven Richards again, and ends up getting the victory with a facebuster after 5 minutes and 51 seconds here. So 39D-. Commentary gave it boost, so there you go. Ivory with the 57, Tracy with the 10. Lovely. Ivory's improving in performance. We then go to a 61C rating here. Almost in C+, but a solid C here. And again, just a freestyle segment because I was kind of rushing to book this and all that because I really didn't have a lot of time. I wanted to get it up before Sunday. So I figured I can just ad-lib it off the top of my head here. Pretty much Lance Storm, the Canadian champion, comes down and he says, being the hero of Canada, or, of course he'll have to say, if you all could be quiet, I have, whatever he says. I completely forgot what the catchphrase is, but you know where I'm going with this. Either way, talking about how he's the hero of Canada, the champion of Canada, almost like the Canadian. And, saying how he defends against Canada's best. So he's offering an open challenge here to, I forget where exactly we are. I think it's, I forget what region it is, but pretty much offering it to the region's best, which comes out Greg Gillis, who is pretty much the only other person I could borrow from this region. We already saw the two other people on Monday Night Raw, and to my surprise, it gets a solid. Well, Lance Storm probably helped us out a lot, but we'll see how he does in the match itself. But he's kind of a veteran. He's an occasional wrestler. He's not anything else because he only wrestles mid-time. So either way, Canadian Championship on the line. Not too bad. Either way, the fans were not too happy with Craig Gillis or whatever his name is. 54 C- here, though, is not bad. As we go on about that, had subpar wrestling and a little heat here with Lance Storm going over Greg Gillis. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right. In 10 minutes, 10 seconds with the last call super kick, making his 10th defense of the Canadian Championship. The crowd was against Greg Gillis, chanting for him not to come back. He's getting better at his gimmick. Lance Storm looked good out there. Storm with a 79. Greg with a 27. He's improving in performance. He made the best of his show here tonight. And I'll be honest, I didn't expect this to get a 64C rating. I didn't, but it did. Steven Richards, not too bad on commentary, it looks like. Either way, we have a couple things here. Mr. Black apparently won the OVW Hardcore title. We'll get into that in a moment. Look at that. It was alright apparently. OVW apparently was the best show of the night, so only 397 fans. What a sham. What a shame. Fit Finlay was the star. AJ Styles was the star of NWA, and D'Lo, it's the same three usually. Oh shoot, new champions all over. We'll get to that in a second. Daphne's apparently on the rise. We'll have to save that for last in OVW since it seems like it was the best. Let's start with HWA, guys. So we got a solid D rating here for our developmental company with a 47. Elix Skipper going over Cody Hawk with a 34. Rory Fox and defeating Evan Courageous to retain his HWA Cruiserweight title with a 44 rating. Then we have a backstage segment with Terry Funk and Shannon Moore. Are they building up a match between these two? That got a 53. Charlie Haas and Russ Haas, the Haas brothers, going over the Ace Squad with a 34 rating. And then the main event, D'Lo Brown retaining his HWA heavyweight title over Ray Steele in a 48. We then go into our NWA show, which gets a 54 C-. We open up with a 38 rating with Tony Stradlin going over Scotty Wren. 38 again following up with Caprice Coleman retaining his NWA Georgia Junior Heavyweight title over against American Wild Child. We then have a backstage segment between Alex Wright, Das Wonder Kid, Sean O'Hare, and AJ Styles, which gets a 53. Sean O'Hare then goes over Air Paris in his first singles match, I believe. I'm not sure if he had a singles match last time. I think it was like a tag match or something. But either way, getting his first victory at least over Air Paris with a 59. And then in the main event, AJ Styles retaining his NWA Wild Side Heavyweight Championship over Das Wonder Kid, Alex Wright with a 68 rating. Not a bad show. TNA Impact Zone. Get out of town. And then we finally move on to OVW, which I'm excited about that. I don't know about the new world champion. I didn't look. I saw the new, I thought it said new world champion. Well, whatever. Maybe it said new lightweight champion. Either way, that's probably what it was. What a shame. I got excited. I thought we had a new world champion. Maven going over Johnny Spade in the opening match with a 36 to win the OVW Light Heavyweight Championship. So good for him. Mr. Black defeating Randy Orton to end his reign as OVW Hardcore Champion with a 46 rating. Rob Conway defeated Flash Flanagan with a 45. And Nick Dinsmore retains his OVW Heavyweight title with a 62 rating. Impressive over Fit Finlay. And overall, the show got a 56 C-. So good week for OVW and NWA. HWA, on the other hand, come on, guys. To be fair, I don't really know much about HWA's roster. That's NWA. Let's look at HWA here for a second. I mean, it's not like they've got a bad roster. And I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, this isn't even the women's division area. But that's OVW. And I'm still not sure why OVW is not pushing the freaking women like I told them to. Irritating me. So where was it? New champion in OVW? Yeah, lightweight title. So OVW with new champions here. Mr. Black, as this title has, gone up in prestige. Good job on Randy Orton's part. Mr. Black, who I don't believe is under contract with us. Nope. Is the new hardcore champion. And Maven, who is definitely under contract with us. Was that his first match, too? No. It is his first win, though. He's taken on Johnny Spade 2 other times, and this time it was like, it's Maven's last chance. And he got the win. Probably lost prestige, though. It's gained a little bit, actually. All right. Let's just move forward here, shall we? Nitro aired. Duh. Nitro aired. There it is. I was about to say, I lost my cap, which that's not good. Oh, Aaron Stevens. I wonder who that is. Nitro got a 43.88. Not really in the mood to check this week, to be completely honest. Oh, wow, look. He kind of looks pretty badass in that picture, I will not lie. Would be considered a young line. If any of you don't know who Aaron Stevens is, that is Damian Sandow. You're welcome. We already know about Nitro. Ooh, before I forget, holy shit, I almost forgot. Someone wanted me to check the short list, and I am going to check the short list, so here is the short list, and I'm thinking that we might hire a couple of these people based off skill alone, most likely. I may take a couple suggestions here and there, but hire a couple of these people to developmental contracts. So any of those people who can take him injured and he's working? God, my lord, AJ. So, just gonna go through the list here. Of course, some of these guys aren't going to be, able to be under developmental deals. Like, as you saw, Hulk Hogan just a couple seconds ago there is not going to take a developmental deal. Or someone like Goldberg we passed, or Kevin Nash. But, also looking at the short list gives you guys maybe a future look at guys I may be looking to hire. Doesn't mean it's sure. These guys are just people. It's like, okay, it's easier to go to them. That's why it's called the short list. But it ends at Tajiri there, so hopefully I didn't move too fast for you guys. In fact, I'll go... no, I'm not going to go up again. I thought about going up all over again, but that'll take for a long, so... Like I said, hopefully I didn't go a little too fast for you guys, but that's the short list for now. And that's pretty much from mostly the game giving me things like that. And people myself saying, like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Noah has, I'm not going to lie, has signed up a pretty good amount of talented stars here to tour with them. So we got Steve Corino. You know what, I'm going to... See, we're going to add another person to the short list. Aja Kong. 31 years old, though. And she works only in Japan. I don't believe we're international. We might be. It'd be hard to get her over here, to be completely honest. Especially because she doesn't really speak English. But like I said, she's on the short list. So, it's always a possibility. Nunzio, or James, or whatever, is going to be touring Noah. Pentagon, not Pentagon Jr. CM Punk, AJ Styles, good guy. And that's just some guy going to XPW. Yes, we know about AJ Styles, we just saw that. Thank you for telling me, though. Look at that, Mark Canterbury, not going to be going to Noah. Let's not confuse that. Oh boy, what's this? Oh, I thought New Japan signed someone. We will look at that before we move on to the next show. Because I believe this is Sunday. Yep, so... Graham Hamada going to Noah. What are you? Oh, you wrestle. Mark Jindrak. Oh, let's look at this. Mark Jindrak appeared on a popular radio show last night, and one of the interesting comments he made was that he hates debuting in new promotions. He always said his nerves always get the better of him and he underperforms. Actually, I want to see his first match here. So I believe that would be his last match. Yeah, that's November. So his first match got a 73. To be fair, it was, he was in the match with some big guys, so. His lowest match is right here in a match against the one Billy Gunn at SummerSlam of all things. Oh, Jado, or Jado. I forget always how to pronounce it, but he's going to Noah. Good for him. And New Japan got Junji Harada. And Ricky Reyes going to XPW. So where is New Japan here? Hold on. New Japan. There it is. So we had a backstage angle between Hogan, Fujinama, and Sasaki, or Kensuke Sakasaki, whatever. With a 76, Osama Kido then goes over Katsusori Shibata with a 57. Then we have another confrontation between Hogan and Jushin Liger here with an 82, and then a 92 to end off the show between Hulk Hogan and Liger, with Hogan going over Jushin Liger. Overall, 84B+. And before we move on, I'm going to do a quick auto push here. And let's just do a quick creative meeting, see if anything's really changed. Jericho, I don't believe he was up there before. Could have been, but I don't believe he was that high. And interesting enough, we're missing somebody here. Was that Test before, and is it because he's not being pushed right now? I don't know. Whoa! Grandmaster Sexay! Huh. Well, that's something I didn't expect. Taker's getting up there. Look at that. I don't remember him being up there. Pretty much legit. I like the same amount. Just like different rays. Let's see. Benoit, Jericho, Rock, Angle, Guerrero. Jericho, Rock. Yeah, that's like the same guys. Dreamer. Holy shit, dude. It's got an insane amount of momentum. A lot of people do, apparently. Not just Incredible, Billy Gunn, Hawley, Richards, and Blackman. Oh, that's right, we got rid of Chronic, so. Huh. Alright, cool. Let's move forward and end off this episode. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh my god! Oh, nerds and geeks, I thought that said he died. I thought it said he died. I was gonna flip. Eddie Guerrero gets clean. Hell yes, that's amazing. I'm super stoked to hear that. Today, Eddie Guerrero has admitted what many inside the industry have known for years, that he has a problem. Experts say that the first step toward recovery, Guerrero knows that better than anybody else or whatever. Guerrero's taken life one day at a time and has begun to deal with problems that have plagued him for the last 3 years. So is that like a legit thing, or is that another thing the mod creator putting here? That could be a thing the mod creator put in here, to be completely honest. I'm not entirely sure, but it could be. Look at this guy, he's mad that he hasn't worked. Sorry, man. So is this guy, Jorge Estrada. Sorry, man. You know, now I feel like I got a little excited about that Eddie Guerrero thing. And I'm hoping I didn't, but we'll see. I'm not going to promise Raw's going to be up tomorrow, because Raw takes a little longer to book than Sunday Night Heat, especially a lot more thinking. But we'll see. I work 9 to 3, so it's not that long of a shift, but I do have work at 6. So we'll see. If not, I don't work on Wednesday, so I can get it up at least on Tuesday for sure. But we'll see what we do. Either way, nerds and geeks, I'm getting tired. Sorry for this lackluster episode, but thank you for watching. My name's ZachManziNVO, GWTF, LOF, TEW, BRB. I'll see you guys for Monday Night Raw. So until then, have a good one.